ends start to look raggedy, they start saying, oh, you know what, it's time for a trim. But the thing is, like, if you take care of your hair really, really nicely, the truth is it might not always be, your ends might not always be raggedy because you need a trim. You might need to just take care of them better. You know, well, if you really see the knots, then that's something else. You really need a trim. You know, you really need to dust it or something. But if you don't see it, if you don't see any knots, but it just feels raggedy, but you don't see any knots, it might not be that you need a trim. It might just be that you're using a product, and the product's just lifting up your cuticles and making it look like you need a trim. You might just need to find the right product that's going to close up your cuticles, and the ends of your hair is going to start looking different. So don't rush to the scissors yet. You know, you might want to try something else before. Rethink protein. I know a lot of people are sensitive to proteins, but the thing is that actually you might be sensitive to one kind of protein and they just discard all proteins together. Oh, they say, you know what, I'm sensitive to proteins, I'm not going to put proteins at all in my hair. So you might want to check into that and find the kind that suits you better. I recommend starting off very, very small, or either you want to start off just doing it every so often, like doing every 3 months, or doing it in very, very small quantity, because you're just checking to see this is the kind that works for you. Because the thing is that a lot of people don't use protein at all, and they keep moisturizing and moisturizing, and as you know, if you keep moisturizing, you might get moisture overload because you're not strengthening your hair. You're just putting hydration in there. You're just putting water and water and water, and you have nothing to strengthen it. Rethink heat. I know there's a lot of naturals out there that would rather die than to use heat, but the truth is you might need heat but you don't know it. Let me finish. What I'm saying is that when you're doing a deep conditioning treatment, you know what I mean, and you'd rather put your hair in a shower cap or in a towel rather than use heat, that might be the difference. I mean, that might be the difference that's going to make your hair retain length. So if you've been using nothing but shower caps, you might want to think about buying a steamer or buying a hair dryer. You might want to use heat to deep condition your hair from now on. I know I felt the difference since I've been using that for my hot oil treatments and my deep conditioning treatments. I felt the difference because the heat is actually working on opening up my cuticles. I know they say that it's the same thing when you use the towel, but truth be told, I felt the difference. So if you want to try it out, you might see the difference too. You know, the difference might be in the detail. So open up your mind and see if that works for you. Rethinking your hair manipulation means everybody knows that you have to be careful while you're detangling your hair, but it doesn't mean that it's the only time you have to be careful. Sometimes we're not as careful when it's time to style our hair. We're not as careful when it's time to put it in a pineapple, when it's time to put it in a bun. You know, we might not be as careful when it's time to put moisture in it. We might be pulling too much, you know. So rethink that. You know, like, you have to be very conscious at every step of your hair regimen in order to, and I believe that pulling on your hair could be avoided if you were doing it and not thinking about it, because you just used to doing it, you know. Could you be more careful? Probably, you know. Or could you be more careful while you're styling? Could you be more careful while you're moisturizing? It's up to you. Try and analyze every step that you take and sit back and rethink,